Over half a century ago, when I was in college, I remember taking a chemistry class. I was a very, very poor chemistry student, but one lesson I remember is that the professor who was teaching this class was trying to explain subatomic particles. And how do we know they even exist if they were so small that it could not be seen? And he explained they shine light on these particles and they could see the reflection. And he gave an example of how this works. He was apparently a buff of old cowboy movies, so he talked about a movie where an Indian was up on a rocky lookout waiting for people to come. And what he would do when he saw someone coming, he would give a signal by holding up a piece of glass or like a mirror that would reflect the sun's light, and it would shine a light, and the people that he was trying to alert would see the reflection. They would not see the Indian, but they'd see the reflection of the Indian holding the mirror. And this made a lot of sense to me because we don't see the subatomic particles, but we see the reflection, and we shine a light on them, just as we didn't see the nobody saw the Indian, but they saw the reflection in the movies. Welcome to one of our videos from St. Mark's Episcopal in Dalton, Georgia, and welcome those joining us on Facebook and YouTube and everyone else. In the first chapter of Genesis, we are taught that we are all made in the image of God. All of us are made in the image of God. And what that means is that when God made people in His image, He gave us the moral and spiritual capacity to worship Him and to try to understand Him. We have, as people, have the potential for growth into a greater likeness with God. God gave us freedom and will, but also the responsibility that goes with that freedom and will. And God, making all people in His image, gave dignity and worth to all people. All people are made in the image of God. And as being made in the image of God, our responsibility is reflect, just like the light was reflected in this cowboy movie, we reflect God into this world. Our responsibility is reflect God's love, God's compassion, God's mercy, and certainly God's justice and righteousness, and especially God's forgiveness towards others. In fact, God's holiness to others. Reflecting God's image, we participate in God's mission of love and reconciliation of this world to Him. We're made in God's image for the purpose is to bring God's kingdom to this world.